All right, gang. We're just going to trust the system. The microphone looks like it's not recording. It's usually recording, and I could tell, but it just... This is show business, everybody. I'm waking up. I'm filming these episodes early in the morning to get them out of the way, because once they're filmed, they can be edited. But if they're not filmed, they can't be edited. So the least I can do is film them, because that's what stops me from posting them, is like the fact that they're not filmed. I could edit my ass off and get them up and running, but yeah. So hey, welcome back, guys, to another episode of For the First Time podcast. My name is KJ. You can say it. I'm bald.
Your Highness, I'm sure it's not that noticeable. Bald!
Guys, not sometimes, I was tired of the waves. I was tired of waving. I wake up in the morning, and the whole reason I cut my hair short, let's start there. So back in the day, quick little story time before we get into the back in the day, high school, 2016, 2017, I didn't want to keep my hair. My hair was long. Like, it was long and it was permed. And so it was, like, hard to keep up. You have to keep getting it permed or decide to grow it out, which, like, at the time was not normal for high school. I'm sure the natural hair care wave had reached college-age women in 2016, but it had not reached me in high school. So, yes, it had, and yes, it hadn't. So I'm going to start with it had, because I wanted to cut my hair off because I wanted my natural curl pattern to show. But no, it hadn't, in the sense that I wasn't going to grow it out from scalp. I was going to big chop and move on. I think big chopping, though, was a part of the natural hair care movement to some degree. You could argue with your mom. It's 8 in the morning. So anyway, the very first time I big chopped, I had long, like, my hair since childhood. And I cut it all off, and I had maybe like 3 inches around about. Maybe no, because I had a little bit of a taper. So maybe I had I don't think I had that much hair on the back, but I had a lot of hair on top. It was a lot of hair up here. And then I was a high top lesbian for longer than I should have been. And now we're here. No, I'm kidding. But no, the last time I cut my hair earlier this year, again, fatigue, just too much hair. Too much hair. I can't wake up in the morning and go. So that was my whole thing. Okay, that was my whole thing. I couldn't wake up in the morning and go in high school earlier this year. So that's why I cut it originally, just to cut it down. And then I started waving, and that defeated the purpose, because I could no longer wake up in the morning and go. Like, when your hair is short, you spray a little bit of water, you put a little leave-in, you could move on. But girl, when them waves is calling, when them waves is broken, when it's a ship sinking on your waves, you gotta wake up in the morning and go to work. Like, and that's the crazy part. When I cut my hair off to stop going to work in the morning, like, so I'm bald now. I've been bald before. Earlier this year, in March, I was bald. I'm bald now. I was bald before, but now I'm bald with the understanding that I'm just gonna grow my hair back out. Like, this was last time. This was a good chop before it's just gonna start growing out, and I'm just gonna let it keep going, and I'm not gonna stop her. And we're probably gonna get back to the length we were at before. That took a long time. I don't know how 3 years, girl. You praying on a miracle. But yeah, we're gonna try to go back to the length we were before. Everyone is lock it up. Guys, I just don't think my hair texture is built for locks. If someone in the 4 community, I'm talking to the 4s. If someone in the 4 community could speak to how to lock 4A hair, because I'm pretty sure I have a mix between 4A and 4B. Even though people be looking at my texture, they be like, "Oh no, that's a 3C girl." I'm like, that is not a 3C girl. And when I comb her out, that is not a 3C girl. But whatever. Okay, two experts. Somebody who's expert 4A, 4B. Can you give me lock recommendation? And then someone who is 3C, 4A. Because if the girlies are right, I'm 3C, 4A. I need recommendations for that. Because again, I just think, like, when you get into the 3, when you get into the 3s, locking becomes exponentially harder. And a lot messier. And so unless you're very much okay with the messy look, like, I'd have to give in and be okay with messy. But like, again, the waves, like, I couldn't wake up in the morning, and it was so many times where people were like, no, your waves look really good, and I'm looking in the mirror like, I don't know who you're looking at, but you are not looking at me. Like, so as I'm saying, I can't really do messy. I'd have to lean into that side of myself. And growing out my hair past the 2 inches phase, my 2 inches phase is so ugly. So like, I'm gonna have to grow into just like being okay with like looking ugly, whatever. Anyway, rant over. But yeah, I'm bald. I'm gonna get not bald soon when my hair grows out. I'm still gonna be Draco for Halloween. Thank you. I gotta get all my sniffles out. Guys, my allergies, man. I don't know. I like put an allergy pill next to my bed. Why didn't I take that John last night? I just skipped over it. Also, I've been out of the gym for a week, so I'm feeling a little insecure. Anyway, I'm feeling a little insecure, so like, please bear with me here, because I wore this armless shirt, and I don't like wearing armless shirts when I be in the gym. So the fact that I'm wearing it right now, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm looking at myself in the camera, so I'm looking over in the corner. Again, guys, it's 8 in the morning, so I've got not the jankiest setup. I got my normal setup. I remember last episode I said I was gonna have all my notes on my iPad. I lied. So I got that notes right in front of me. So again, I'm gonna be looking down in this direction to see my notes. But today, oh my god, long rant over. We're talking about Clockstoppers. Today we were talking about Clockstoppers. But Clockstoppers. Now, if you're from my generation, because Clockstoppers was for Gen Z. I mean, Clockstoppers was for millennials. If you're from my generation, then your equivalent was Minutemen. Now, they're not the same story, but we're the same premise. That's what the same story means. They're not the same premise. They're different, but they have to do with manipulation of time by high schoolers. So that's pretty much, it's like, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna eat it. If you give a high schooler the ability to manipulate time, he's gonna do something bad. He's gonna ruin time. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so Clockstoppers. I'm gonna start with all the info, and then I'll go into a pretty, well, we're gonna get into a synopsis in the very top here, but Clockstoppers, summary-wise, we have a teenager accidentally activating a machine that enables him to speed up his body so that other people seem to be standing still. Now, I wanted to be a physics major in college, believe it or not, so I should understand this. No, I still don't get that concept, and I've seen it like across, superhero movies, whatever. Like, he's actually moving so fast that he looks like he's moving slow. Explain that to me. Maybe I'll Google it I should Google it right now so I'm educated. We're on Quora. How do y'all say that? Quora. If you think of your visual area as a cone, you see that it starts small in front of your eyes and grows at a distance. We perceive speed as proportional to the time it takes to cross the circumference of the cone as our distance grows. You can see this by moving your finger from one side of your vision to the other side of the vision at the same speed. It follows from this that the further away the object is from your eyes, the faster it must move in order to have the same apparent speed. Okay. Okay. Beats me. But basically, it's that case of like, he's moving so fast, he looks like he's moving slow. I kind of understand it in the concept of like, when they send people to space and they're like, if we sent him 100,000 light years away and he came 100,000 light years back, he'd actually be 22 instead of 25, because in space he's moving so fast that time is moving slow. But time's not moving slow, he's just moving that fast. He's just moving that fast that time is... He's going through time. He's not putting as much age on his body, because in his world, time is moving slower because he's moving faster. kind of. Girl, don't call me again. Almost a physics major, not physics major. So yeah, but basically it starts with, it's one of those movies. Well, actually, I'm a little confused because they started the movie not with the ending, but with his daddy. No, with the guy that they bring into captivity. The movie starts from the beginning. I would say it's one of those movies that starts, like, shows you the end, and then... But no, it starts from the beginning. The scientist we'll get into some characters later. But there's this kid. His dad is a scientist, physicist, whatever, insert blank. He professes... I said profess because I think it's funny. He teaches at a college, but he's a professor. So he professes. Because when I get into class and them professors start professing, like, profess, like to, let me get y'all the definition of profess. Do you know what I'm talking about? Claim that one has a quality or a feeling, especially when that is not the case. He had professed his love for her. Affirm one's faith in or allegiance to a people professing Christianity. Okay? So when the professor gets up there, he is professing. They are professing because they believe something. And by telling me about it, they're constantly reaffirming themselves that they know exactly what they're talking about and that is right. So yeah, I'm using the word professing because I think it's correct. But anyway, his dad's a professor. He'd be professing about physics or quantum, whatever the heck we're talking about. And a buddy of his, I ran into a buddy of yours. I'm in my Hamilton phase really bad. You punch the bursar? The girlies who get it, they'll get it. But yeah, so his dad has an old buddy that he used to work with. We see the start of the movie with that guy. He's running through the airport. He's trying to escape, I guess, because they want him, because he knows how to build this watch that is the thing that speeds up their molecules and slows time. And so he's using this watch to get away, and then they yank him back. No, I don't get how they did that. Again, there's a lot of, like, conveniences. I'm not against a convenient plot, but that little moment was like, okay, how'd they do that? But I guess, I get it now. They use the watch and drug him to the car. Okay, there's a whole scene later where they use the watch to move people without other people seeing because they're slowed down, but like other people are seeing it in real time. So it's happening a lot faster. Whatever. Okay, check. And then it goes on to show like the story of the dad and the boy's relationship and how it's estranged. And so the dad gives the son the watch that he got from his buddy as like hey, try it out. Like, I know you hate me, whatever, as an apology for like not getting in my car or something. Right, because I saw a commentary that was like, this is what happens if you don't give your teen a car, blank. But yeah, so that's the whole premise, and then it goes into hijinks and chaos and whatever ensues, ending in them saving the world from this like bad guy corporation who wants to use the watches to manipulate whatever, insert blank, arms deals, whatever you want to say. Just imagine the worst thing ever and like put that in there because it doesn't matter in the plot in the end. But yeah, that's a movie. So this came out, like I said, in 2002. So again, millennials, not wet dream, millennials like time period. So this is like playing to them. The tagline on the poster was, what if you had the power to stop time? And then you gave it to a teenage boy who has no morals to care about himself. Like, it's like these big ideas again, like Home Alone spot. Like, what if this kid got left home alone? Like, what if you give someone who shouldn't have an immense amount of power all the power in the universe, or in their relative universe, right? Because being left home alone when you're 8 is like being given all the power in the universe. But really, you're just at home by yourself. Like, there's nothing, especially when he's in a family of 16. Like, he feels powerful for the first time. So it's like giving this kid who feels like he has no power, all of the power. And so that's Clockstoppers, and that's Minutemen, and that's a lot of movies about time and Jumpers, and well, no, Jumpers is about historical. Don't get me started on Jumpers. That's low-key one of my favorite movies too. I forget to tell that to people. People are like, well, what's your favorite movie? I always say Zombieland, because that's true. It's just like, I watch that movie, I crack up every time. Zombieland, Shawshank Redemption, and probably Jumpers. Like, those three movies are just so good to me. Like, I watch them just amazed. Yeah, in case you're wondering, that's the tier list right now. But yeah, this was directed by Jonathan Frakes, who has 96 acting credits, dating all the way back to 1978. He played in Charlie's Angels, Beach Patrol, The Night, like very original OG, Dukes of Hazzards, Star Trek, in the 80s, 2000s, 2020s. He's an unaccredited bystander in Clockstoppers, according to his IMDb, and then just a lot of TV, like an egregious amount of TV shows, which is, again, 96, nearly double his directing credits, which mirror his acting credits. So Star Trek, Clockstoppers, Thunderbirds, Truth Be Told, and again, a lot of TV shows, stuff that probably means a lot to other people who have seen them, but nothing to me. So y'all already know, when I go and pull like what these other actors have been in, I've not seen half these things, so I'm just like, girl, that sounds important to me, I'm writing it down. Like, I know some big titles, but at the same time, there's some big titles that I don't know, so grain of salt, okay? Writers, we have Rob Hendon, Andy Hendon, Jay, David Stem, David Weiss. Screenplay by Robert Hendon, David Stem, and David Weiss. I love when there's multiple writers in the room, because this movie that could have been really bad was actually decent. Like, if there was only 2 writers in the room, this movie would have been really bad. But because it's like a group project, I think it elevated it a little bit. So yeah, thank them. Platform, now I watched this on Amazon Prime Video, but it's also available on Paramount Plus, Fubo TV, and that's because it was produced by Nickelodeon Studios. Do I have a whole section in here explaining Nickelodeon Studios? I do. So I'll get to that later. But just know that's why it's on Paramount Plus. Because at first it was a little confusing to me why this movie was so readily available. You know when a movie's like not that good and you're like, why is this on every platform? Like, why would they? Anyway. But yeah, so critics consensus, we're moving into reviews first and foremost, and then we'll get into the character. Y'all know the layout, y'all know the format. All right, we're getting into reviews. So reviews, 5.10, 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 29 on the tomato meter, 30 on the audience score. Critics consensus, a pleasant diversion for a young teen, but a waste of time for anyone older. Couldn't agree more. 25. This didn't speak to me. I have the ability to control and stop time because time is fake. Okay? Once you get to adult age, time is a concept, construct, vibe. It's whatever you want it to be. You could do whatever you want with your time. Only teenagers feel like they have no control over their time. Like, what? So yeah. It really created no value for parents, no incentive for anyone to actually take their kids to the movie to see it. And I think that's why it tanked. But, like, teens are also the hardest. I feel like they're the hardest generation to get into the theaters. Maybe not. Maybe they're actually the easiest generation to get into theaters. But when your parents won't drive you and you don't have a car, we see what happens. This movie is clear propaganda of what happens when your teen doesn't have a car. When you won't buy them a vehicle. You give him a time-stopping watch, and then... No, I'm kidding. But yeah. So if you like this... Oh, I thought this was funny. So when you go onto Rotten Tomatoes, there's a whole thing that's like, if you like this, you might also like this. So here are the movies from the section, you might also like this. We have Osmosis Jones, 56 Rotten Tomato, 42 audience. The Master of Disguise, 1 tomato meter, 36 audience. Getting Even with Dad, 3 Tomato Meter, 25 audience. Again, all of these teen rebellion, teen power movies, bad. Osmosis showed it's a cult classic. I haven't seen that either, so maybe that'll be next on the list. But girly, maybe they're right. Maybe I will like it. Shit, I like this. Maybe I'll like that. No, I was a lot less stringent than the critics. I think because I'm still close enough to being a teenager that I was like, I can get it. I could see myself at 16 in 2002. Maybe this is like 15 or 14-year-old boys. That's literally their only target audience is 15 to 14-year-old boys who are just like an inch from getting a car and just aren't there yet, but like want it so badly. Anyway, so positive reviews. Neil Minogue says, this is a fun action comedy with nifty special events. Effects. Nifty special effects. I will say that for 2002 effects, this ate. I think they did a lot of practical effects because it was only like a couple moments, like when old girl is pushing the water droplets to the side, that I was like, all right, guys, this doesn't look as cool as you think it does. It looked pretty cool for 2002 if I was watching it on VHS, but I watched this digitally from my streaming platform, so yeah, it was mid. Michael Atkinson says, if I were 13, I might be... Michael Atkinson says, if I were 13, I might be sufficiently entranced by the movie's bicycle stunts and wouldn't wonder why ideas for science fiction films haven't progressed very far from Star Trek's first season all those decades ago. Because every science fiction plot is not okay. The same thing that happened with Harry Potter, of like the review was like, it wants us to fall in love with the world and believe that it's real. Like that same plot exists here of like, it wants us to fall in love with this world and believe that it's real, but it's so hard because the world is so fake and like the plot pieces don't connect together. Like if all the like explanation of how it worked plot like pieced together a lot more seamlessly, I would get it. But at the same time, it's one watch in the hand of one man. Harry Potter is a little bit more believable because there's a whole world of people who like simultaneously understand, agree, know, and it's not like the fate of the universe is up to Harry. I mean, the fate of the universe is up to Harry Potter, but he doesn't do it alone, I should say. This is one teenage boy who wants a Mustang getting left with the fate of the universe. What the? I'm gonna swear a lot in this one, because what the? So yeah, again, 13, 14, 15-year-old boys, the movie's bicycle stunts, all that, ooh, they ate it up. So that's what I'm saying. The audience, the target audience, was the middle of a dartboard. Like, I have a dartboard in my room for aesthetics, because I don't use it. And it's all, you know what a dartboard looks like. It's numbers around a circle. I'm literally looking at it. And imagine all those numbers as ages up to 20. In the middle, instead of 13, 14, 15 being on the side, like they replaced 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 with 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And put all those ages right in the middle. Impossible. Like, impossible. No, that's not happening, girl. And getting them to get their moms to do something when this man can't even, this boy can't even get his daddy to get him a car. Come on. You know they have no rights. Anyway, Claudia Puig says, a pleasant, if forgettable, romp of a film. Romp. But yeah, that's what I agree. Once I do this, I probably will never remember this movie ever again. But yeah. Negative reviews, Robert K. Elder from July of 2002. I don't know the dates of negative reviews because they're from 2002. So they're like right when the movie landed. So that's why I'm like, I needed to know what the people thought in the trenches on the front lines. So Robert K. Elder said, from July of 2022, sci-fi hijinks and government conspiracies serve merely as window for a ham-fisted message about the importance of good parenting and owning a car in high school. Literally, like, like I said, you could insert any bad guy. You could insert any scientific discovery conspiracy. The whole plot of the movie is, Dad, I want a car. I'm not getting you a car, boy. Not even, no. Not even him not getting him the car. The man has the money. That's what made me so, what are we doing here? The boy has the money. He needs his dad to co-sign on the lease agreement. He has the $2,000 down payment. He needs his daddy to sign the co-lease, the co-sign, which is a lot. I will agree, because if your son doesn't make them payments on time, hey, that's on you. But at the same time, baby, if he's 15, 16, and he worked up $2,000 to make the down payment on a car, he's actually one of the most responsible in his class. He's like actually a very responsible young man. Cause what, girl? I don't know how many kids that age are actually. Is he college age or is he a teenager? I think he's a teenager. I think he's in high school. But yeah, he's actually the most responsible. Even though the father doubts his level of like how responsible his son is, he's actually way more responsible than his peers. I gotta go check my clothes. We're on the rinse stage. You know when you're washing, you know when you wake up in the morning and you have a fit in mind and it's dirty? Guys, there's a UT football game today and I only have 2 UT jerseys, a football and a basketball. So if they're not playing those 2 sports, I can't watch. No, I'm kidding. But the one basketball jersey I own is dirty. And I'm going out to Dallas. I don't want to tell you all my business. I'm going up to see the game, basically, in Dallas. They're playing a bowl game against OU. So, I need my jersey. So, yeah, I had to wash it this morning. And I'm, like, in a rush for time. Because, like, it's going to start, once the tailgate starts, like, traffic's going to get really bad. So, I need to hurry up. But, yeah, we're double tasking here. Anyway, we're on to Richard Rupert, April 2002. I thought my own watch had stopped keeping time as I slogged my way through Clockstoppers. Again, you know those movies where you okay, this is only available in the digital age. Well, I guess not. No. It was available before, but like, again, if this is 2002 and they're watching it in theaters, he has no choice. But you know those movies where you pause it and you're like, and how much time do we have left? Like, this, for some people, absolutely is one of those. Like, all right, what are y'all gonna do? Like, if this much has happened in 25 minutes, what are y'all gonna do with an hour? Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people shouldn't be given this much time. Like, you're like, I like couldn't even physically understand what you would do with an hour more. Like, where the plot would go in another hour. It's gone nowhere in 25 minutes. Where are we walking? Like, I could absolutely see this movie as like one of those moments for people. So yeah, I thought these negative reviews were hilarious. As you can tell by me cackling. So, Tim Cogshell from April 2002. This is a Nickelodeon movie, and that's where it belongs, on children's cable television. Mike LaSalle from March 2002. An intermittently pleasing but mostly routine effort. Like, yeah, I think it's like they were like looking at a board of kids' movie plots in the Nickelodeon headquarters, and they said, time stopping watch. Yeah, let's run that one. Let's go with that one right now. Like, no fuel to why, just, yeah, run that one. Like, it's 2002. We're in post 9/11 era. We're in the post 9/11 era. People are thinking a lot about time and wanting to control time and throw back time. And let's say this idea even festered at the end of 2001. Because if it came out July 2002, they was in the studio early 01, maybe even earlier. This might have came to be prior to pre 9/11 and became a post 9/11 film. But that's giving Nickelodeon the benefit of the doubt that they put that much time and effort into this film. I have no idea. I didn't look up when production started. But long story short, I think it comes only out of an era of people wanting to control time because of life events, catastrophes. 2002 was very scary, and especially like, no, it had to be a pre 9/11 because the way this man, I didn't even talk about this part. The man at the very beginning, remember I explained he's trying to escape? He's in an airport, actually. So he's in an airport, and this is all simulated, right? Because it's fake, it's whatever. He gets through TSA, no plane ticket. He goes to the desk. He's like, I want a plane ticket to blah, 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 blah. The next one out. She's like, the next one out is in 2 hours, 2 days, it's tomorrow, whatever she says. He's like, blah, 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 blah. And he gets really angry. He storms. He goes through TSA, no plane ticket. He sees a family. He offers this guy cash for his plane ticket. He gets on the plane with another guy's name. That cannot happen in post 9/11 airports. That is not happening. So this preconceived was a pre 9/11 airport situation because what in the universe are you talking about? Like, I forget that airports used to be so free. They used to be free balling them airports. Like, they used to just be in and out whenever they felt like it. You could sneak past TSA. You didn't need a ticket. Like, now, if you even think about getting in the TSA line without your plane ticket, they be wanting to box you. They be like, nah, bro. You need to go get your ticket. If you don't show them, like, a physical or a digital ticket, they be like, get out of here. Go. Don't waste my time. Like, you need proof that there is a plane on the other side of this high-level security check that has your name on it, with a seat that has your name on it. So that's why I was like bugging, bro. I think this came from an era of pre-9/11, but concepts, but was relevant to the post-9/11 reality. That's all I gotta say, and I'm gonna stop talking about 9/11. Okay, characters. Jesus, we made it. Okay, Jesse Bradford, played by Zach Gibbs. Oh, no. Jesse Bradford plays Zach Gibbs. Anyway, Jesse Bradford, you may know him, you may love him, you may not know him whatsoever. He was in the 1996 Romeo and Juliet as Balthazar. Whoa. I love that movie. He was in Hackers, he played Joey. He was in Bring It On, he played Cliff Patone. And Guys with Kids, he played Chris. I know I'm rushing. There's no rush. I just started talking a little bit faster. Robin Thomas plays Dr. Gibbs, who is Zach's dad. Paula Graces plays Francesca. All right, now, she's in a lot of stuff. And I'm just going to go through it. So she plays Maria in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Teresa in Man of the House. Tina Hanlon in The Sheila. Bianca in Adult Beginners, Claudia in Aftermath, and Jenny Martinez, Ruby's mom, in On My Block. That's Ruby's mom? I was like, what? I couldn't connect the dots. Because I obviously remember Ruby's mom as a mom. So then I'm like looking at her at, she's probably 20 in this movie. And I'm like, who is that? That is not Ruby's mom. But yeah, she always plays the mismatched Hispanic or Latina character. Like, I don't know her true ethnicity after this because Maria Teresa, Tina, Bianca, Claudia, and Jenny, they're not all the same ethnicity. So, I mean, they could be, but I just feel like they're like, we need a generic Hispanic girl. And they call her and they say, hey, Paula, are you busy? And she's like, oh, I'm chilling. Like, except for On My Block. That might be, I don't know. But yeah, I just thought it was crazy. Kind of blew my mind a little bit. So yeah, finishing up here, we have Julia Sweeney playing Jenny Gibbs. Lindsay Leatherman playing Kelly Gibbs. Jason George playing Richard. Linda Kim playing Jay. And French Stewart playing Dr. Earl Doppler. Doppler as in Doppler effect. Michael Bain playing Henry Gates, and then baby bless your heart, Gary Kai Mutambira Meeker. He's like the black best friend. He's the black side character. He's the token black. Gary Kai Mutambira Meeker. Got it. Cool. Locked in. In case I meet you in public. Gary Guy. Okay. Anyway. Moving into themes. Because I've kind of like alluded at the synopsis. But at the end of the day, they save the world. Come on. It's a kid's film. They win. They don't lose. They win. Okay. Anyway. That's the only theme I have. Friendship. I have way more questions that need answers and notes than themes. Let's go over my notes and see if we can pull out some themes. I said if I didn't know just off the fact that he was able to sneak through airport security and buy someone's plane ticket off of them, all the small things by Blink 182 and the opening sequence really set the tone for for this movie being a 2002 movie. That song, it just screams 2002 to me. Like, it screams early 2000s to me. Also, she has PE when I'm in marching band. Oh, okay. So this is when Veronica, what that girl name is? Her name Veronica, right? Francesca. Again, they didn't make her. Anyway, when Francesca's first introduced, and the boys oogle at her because they're boys, and she's the new girl in town, whatever. Meeker says, she has PE when I'm in marching band. I get smacked in the head by trombones every time someone looks at her. Why is my stomach doing somersaults? I swear to God. Not funny. Like, it's funny, but it's like, ew. But it's high school boys, so I guess I can't expect more. Yeah, this movie's so high school. I don't know. Kind of hurt me. But yeah. Really the last thing, because honestly, I promise you to Jesus, there's not a lot to say about this movie. I'm going to end with, like I said, the explanation of Paramount Plus and Nickelodeon. The mom, like one recurring theme is the mom keeps like heating up these, like her joke is that she keeps heating up frozen meals and calling them food. And she just like is overworked and tired. And you can tell by the hijinks that ensues in her home that like she works, the daddy work, the son is a fucking mess, and the daughter's like 12. I can't imagine making a home cooked meal for a 16 or a 12-year-old who probably will like be very mean about how good it tastes or how bad it tastes and like not care about me. Like, and then my husband is like a scientist. He's always working. He's never even really there for dinner. Like, I just don't have the time. And so I'm on the mom side of like, girl, do what you can. Do your truth, girl. Don't let them bully you. Like, a good frozen dinner in 2008. I was a kid. Like, I used to fuck up a kid cuisine. I used to jump that whole thing to put it in the microwave. Like, I used to fuck up a kid cuisine. I'm on her side with this. You could trust me. There is nothing that's more delicious when you're 12 than highly processed food. So she was doing her darndest. Because if she would have actually put in the work to make a little chicken, little broccoli, little whatever the hell, girl, I promise you to God, they wouldn't have ate it. So I'm on her side. But yeah, to finish off, because I'm sure I've wasted an egregious amount of time, 3 gigabytes of recording, and it's been 47 minutes, and this is probably going to get cut down to 30, because there's not a lot here. It's just a lot of me rambling. So Paramount Plus, if you're not familiar, Paramount Plus owned by Paramount Pictures. Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon are one and the same. They are under Paramount Global and Viacom. And so their relationship basically, well, Viacom is kind of also under Paramount Global. But this movie specifically is under Paramount Play, which is the film production label to Paramount Pictures, Paramount, and BET movies. So, for the rest of you who didn't get that, basically, here's Paramount Global. Underneath them is Viacom, Nickelodeon, right? That make their own. Viacom makes their own stuff, movies, TV shows, whatever. Nickelodeon, TV shows, movies, whatever. But Paramount has its own dedicated film production company, so that when they want to make Nickelodeon movies, whatever, if it's not already under these two branches, they have a dedicated guy. They're like, no, you're going to go to our guy. Like, we don't need to go hire a different film production company to make this film. We have a guy. So, also to say they're bad. Because it's like, you know, it's your dad. It's maybe not your dad, but it's the dad saying, why do I need to hire a plumber when I got two hands? Hire the plumber. I just noticed the sun coming through the lights, please. The editing on this is going to go crazy. Hire that plumber, big dog. Hire that plumber. So, yeah. It's not all bad. Okay, it's not all bad. There's some good movies in here. So, we have Harriet the Spy, Good Burger, Snow Day, a lot of movies for Nickelodeon animated shows, Rugrats movie, SpongeBob movie, Hey Arnold movie, Wild Thornberrys movie. Also, though, like big movies, Series of Unfortunate Events, Yours, Mine, and Ours, Nacho Libre, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles then and now. Like, they've done good movies. This is a bad seed, though. This is a bad seed. But they've done other good movies. That's the crazy part. So, I think they were trying to hit it out of the park, and they should have kept quiet. They should have sat in the stands. They had already hit 10 home runs in this season. They didn't need to go for 11 type shit. You know, like, if you're doing well, don't do better. Do well. I don't know. That's not even good advice, but that's my advice. Again, it's now 9 in the morning. We started at 8, so. Anyway, y'all, about to wrap it up. Like I said, about to hit the road. I got 3 hours of schmiving to do, which is going to put me there at noon-ish. Oh my god, I'm not ready. I'm ready, but I'm not ready. But yeah, I'm probably going to watch another bad movie. So, I'm probably going to watch Osmosis Jones. But I wouldn't waste your time on this one. This is the second date ever again. If some girl told me we saw this movie, we would not speak. Not because it was that bad. It's just like, it was good. It was funny. But, no. Why did you think I would like this? Yeah, you lied to yourself. You lied. So yeah, don't go watch this. Don't go looking for it. Just trust me. Just trust me. It's bad. Trust me. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, trust me. It's bad. So, have a good one, y'all. Check in for the next episode. Again, sorry about last week, no episode. But I will be on my P's and Q's, and I will be, again, recording ahead of time so I can get to that moment. I'll probably, again, record tomorrow so I can have my video for the week after that. I've got all my movies planned out, lined up, ready to be watched. I just have to record all of them. I've probably watched half of them. I watch a lot of them ahead of time, but I don't like watching them so far in advance of recording it, because again, like, I start to miss details or forget details, because when I'm watching these, I'm not putting so much stress on myself to remember every living detail. I'm kind of just like, okay, do I enjoy the movie? But as a result, I get to the point where I watched this movie a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, what that girl name is? Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Thank you guys for clicking in. I'll catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. If you remember this movie, sound off. If you don't, I don't know.